using Sam a bunch, Ellinger, in the run game. He's averaging 40 yards a game. So that quarterback-driven run game has produced yards. I've also been impressed with what Coach Herman is doing with Sam as far as his progression from a true freshman last year to a year's worth of experience. You see his poise in the pocket. You see him really, really maturing. He's got two really good wideouts on the outside in Colin Johnson and Jordan Humphrey that are very, very efficient on the deep ball. You look at the first two games, and really what has separated them offensively has been their deep ball explosion. Is something that we had to do last week with JJ. Now you got two more coming this week in Colin and Jordan. Defensively, I've always been a huge fan of Coach Orlando and what he does. Unbelievable amount of zone pressures coming from everywhere. It's different each and every game. Multiple coverages, disguising coverages, makes it hard on young quarterbacks. And I think a huge key in this game is how we operate and how we function with those zone pressures going on. I've looked at them and as far as their defensive personnel and have been extremely impressed with number 11, P.J. Locke. I think he's all over the field, leading them in tackles, but as an edge rusher, in coverage, in the run game, he just shows up everywhere. It's going to be a great challenge for us. Another road game, we've got to get back up. I loved how the kids were today. Their spirit today competed their butts off, and we look forward to another great one tomorrow in preparation. As far as injuries go, Isaiah Polamalu, as I said on Monday, will be out this game with the shoulder. JT looked very good with his hand today. I know you're going to ask about that, but he's really spun it really good today, not experiencing pain. Jalen McKenzie was out today just because of illness. Christian Rector had a little bit of a back, but got through the practice. We held Isaiah Langley today with a little bit of a hip and groin that he got in the game. We actually get Giuliano Falanico back. He had an AC shoulder sprain, but he practiced back today. And it was good to see Josh Follow back off a hamstring. He's looking like he's going to be very close to being available for this game. With that, I'll answer any questions that you got.
Yeah, I'll ask about JT, like you just said. What did that hand look like today in practice specifically? Was he fearless, just letting it go, or what was that like?
Yeah, I thought he was decisive, especially in our last periods there when we're trying to give him the best look possible with our defense. And he let it go. I didn't see any hesitation. You didn't see any wincing. I mean, he's had a good bruise that hurts like heck, when you bang it off the helmet. And but after a couple days and rehab, it feels great. And he really looked good today, so I'm confident that he'll be available for Saturday.
With the tight end struggles so far, how quickly could Josh be a factor in the passing game?
Josh is an offensive weapon that we love to use. He's been effective for us in the past, and we've only had two tight ends, and we use a lot of 12 personnel. So Eric and Tyler have done a tremendous job for us, holding up with limited numbers there at the position. We're probably, I think we're going to get Josh back this week. I think we'll get Austin Appleby back the next. We'll see where Daniel is, hopefully in a couple weeks, and hopefully that position will grow again. We did target some in that last game and just didn't hook up.
What are you thinking yesterday as you see Sam do his thing with the Jets?
Oh, man, that was so special. Typical Sam, just go out there and throw an interception on his first play, smile, laugh it off, and then go like 18 of 20 in the next 20 passes. That's as soon as I saw the pick six and I saw him smile, I told the boys, I said, watch what he's getting ready to do. I've seen that smile before. And all of a sudden you look up and Sam. He does what he does. He finds ways to win.
Did you get to talk to him at all?
I texted him. He texted me right back. I texted him last night. I said, man, I'm proud of you. Keep being the hardest working quarterback in the NFL. And he said, man, Coach, appreciate you. And go get the boys right. Go get Texas.
Clay, when you see stretches like you had in the first half of the run game, how close do you feel like you guys are to developing a real identity there?
Yeah, it's been two games now that I thought we've been run effective with all three packs, and it's going to be important in this game. I look at how effective Texas was in the game last year in the run, and held Ronald in check in that game. And with a young quarterback with all these zone pressures, we're going to have to lean on that run game, just like we have have in the last 2 games. It's kept us in the game. It's kept the ball moving. Been proud of all 3 runners. Obviously, a nice deal for Sed, getting to go home and getting to play the Longhorns. I know he's excited about it. I'm excited that Stephen Carr is getting healthier. We upped his touches from 9 to 14 in the last game, and he's looking healthier and healthier to be able to carry load. And Vi just keeps on doing his thing, being a pounding runner. So it's probably our best group right now on offense are those 3 backs.
How much of last year's game can you apply to this year's?
The one thing about this group, and I credit Coach Orlando, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, I've looked at 6 different games, and it's been 6 different plans. I mean, it's one of those games, and I've told T that, we're going to have to do a great job as an offensive staff of saying, okay, hey, this is what they're doing, and these are the adjustments that we need to make, because you're going to walk in the park, and it's going to be different. I mean, you look at the Maryland plan compared to their Tulsa plan, compared to our plan last year, it is 3 entirely different things, and that's his scheme, and that's what he does. He really does a nice job of dealing in the art of confusion, and his kids do a nice job of being aggressive in the pressure area and getting to the quarterback and holding up in coverage. So we'll have to adapt accordingly.
Coach, have you decided on who's going to start at the safety position?
We'll go through the week. I'm going to lean on Clancy on that. I will say this: I'm so proud of both CJ and Talanoa for what they've done coming in that last game, and then Marvell holding his own. I mean, Marvell's Marvell, but for those 2 kids to get that opportunity last game and really made plays, really made some nice plays, both of them in that game. So we'll have to use all 3. You think about this game last year, it got up to, this is a no huddle offense that Texas runs, and it got up to over 90 plays last year in that double overtime game. So we're going to have to use a bunch of kids, especially on defense. I looked at that difference between that first 3 quarters and that 4th quarter, and we wore out in that 4th quarter, and they got some late scores on us. It's going to be imperative for us to be able to roll kids and stay fresh. So I expect both kids to play. We'll see who starts by the end of the week.
Even though you guys have 3 capable backs, is there a scenario that could play itself out where somebody like Seth gets 20 carries in a game?
He got 18 last game. He got 18, and Steven got 14 touches. I'm hoping at some point in time when we get 80 plays, we can get up to 40 runs. I think Steven's coming on really healthy and is carrying the ball nice too. So his reps will go up also. I'm hoping the run game can go, and that you can see those 40 reps of run game offense is what I'm hoping.
When you guys are evaluating. When you guys are evaluating JT, how do you either distinguish or draw a balance between growing pains that are unavoidable versus, okay, he has certain responsibilities out here. He's the quarterback, he's the guy.
Yeah, no question. And I always remember, having played the position, coached the position, there's going to be growing pains. And, the thing that I am saying is when he is decisive and he pulls the trigger, he's accurate and he's going to the right spot. Got late in that game and made some decisions that you put the ball up and hope, and you got a couple interceptions. I know there are throws that he wishes he had back, but he's going to go through some growing pains, and we're going to live with it, and we're going to move on as an offense. But I'm not worried about his progression from game 1 to game 2. I look forward to seeing how he reacts in this game. I think he'll have his jaw set and be ready to play. That's the type of kid he is.
Have you gotten any update with Bo Bolden as far as when he
I have no new news for you.